If I keep tapping X, the sword swing lasts longer. Oh, if I turn in opposite direction while doing the second slash, it lasts longer. They turn in the opposite direction. Okay, down. That took, man, that spooked me. Geez, that was some hard work right there. Man, him holding the arm like Vegeta is so cool. Yinkaku. That's cool to say. Okay, air dash. Got jets now. Like a stingray. But like a jet stingray, not a stingray. Stingrays do move fast, so fits in. So now I'm gonna go for that sub tank. But the reason why I quit this game on my first playthrough was I didn't have 2 sub tanks that was required for the boss rush. And I was an idiot and I thought in order for you to get the S rank in Cyber Peacock stage that you have to not take damage. No, you have to just do it fast enough. Because if I get an S here, I would pick up the heart tank, but I got an A. Okay, cool. Now that my saber's upgraded, I'm able to destroy those things. Okay, so obviously there's no armor part for Zero. I get an S. Oh, I got an A. That means I gotta retry and die. Just as I can destroy those things, I don't mean I'm gonna destroy the first time. It's a frame trap. I should have never got them extra lives like that, because I gotta do shit like this at 0. Yeah, it's way faster if you could just use soul body the whole time. And I can't continue. I gotta restart the whole stage over again, because I gotta do part 1. Yeah, it's not over yet, alright. And I didn't even save from a Stingray stage, so I can't just exit the game and go back in. I'm gonna have to save and exit, not continue. I'll remember I don't need to destroy every yellow thing, just the right ones. I don't want to see a hurry thing when I'm not there. I remember use that double jump too. Because if I take damage, so what, but test his speed. Okay, that was how I originally got the heart tank right here. But there's no heart tank, there's just the extra life. It's already got the heart tank. Oh my god, okay, I can only destroy it when I'm behind him. Okay, that's really dumb. Or the ones that are like facing, you know, the fourth wall. That's really dumb. Oh, I gotta jump and do the slash. Okay, that's what it is to destroy him. Now it's working like soul body. I feel like I didn't get it done fast enough. I'm gonna die right here. Because it said hurry before I was there. I'm not risking it. Because I don't want it to say hurry.
It's not over yet.
Yes, it is over yet. You are not Liquid Snake or Big Boss. Okay, so I gotta jump. Okay, so I thought being able to jump, slash in opposite direction, back and forth, and do a cartwheel while jumping was Storm Owl's ability, you know, the purple saber is being able to double jump and spin in a cartwheel. That's Split Mushroom's ability. No, I'm gonna die here. Oh, I got an A, really, after all that? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to restart the game. Good thing I saved. Okay, jumping even takes time off when you have to jump. That takes time off, so I'm gonna have to dodge those things and only jump and slash if necessary. That's why Soul Body / Twin Dream would be great if I was playing as Zero right now. Oh my god, okay. Okay, well, it says hurry up. I know I'm cooked. I do this perfectly. Okay, I don't gotta jump 2 times. I can only jump 1 time, but still, that's kind of a frame trap. Okay, no life, the extra life spawns optionally. Oh my god, okay, an A. Really? Look, I failed 1 jump in Slash. Luckily, this is my only Black Zero playthrough, and I'm doing this on YouTube, as I would shut this game off right now. The devs know they're foul as fuck for this shit. Okay, I got 1 viewer, good. I appreciate you. I didn't mean to say it like that, like in a condescending way, but I meant that towards the game, not you. Thank God you're, you know, the only viewer. Just embarrassing towards me, you know. I'm glad you're my only viewer before you probably leave the chat or something, so. Oh, last time I didn't see a health upgrade on this thing, but I was at the second one I was going to. There's not supposed to be nothing. There's only something in there you play as X. And there's supposed to be nothing here. I had this one mixed up with the first S rank. That's the second. Okay, I'm not a fairy, so I don't gotta think that chumps take the stairs. Real niggas do. Okay, finally, yes! I got the sub tank. Thank God. I gotta make sure I save before I die. I'm not gonna fight Saber Peacock unless I have Dragoon's weapon, but it's too hard. So I just gotta die like a few more times. The dying spot. The theme for this stage is amazing. Like, it's a badass theme, sad but badass, like you're charging somewhere, which is how it's supposed to make you feel, but who the boss here is gonna be. No, I'm gonna need 2 sub-tanks for Dragoon. Probably 1 or 2 for Peacock. Because Dragoon's basically hyped up, even though, like, you know, Iris is hyped up too, but you know, Iris is hyped up as a mid-game boss, double, you know, and Colonel. But really the true mid-game boss of this game is Dragoon. Well, he's one of the true ones. You can take double out and you can replace him with Dragoon. But Dragoon gives you a weapon, so it's making one of the main 8. And now I'm gonna go a Dragoon stage. Oh shit, I need to get health upgrade. I'll go here for the heart tank and re-go for you know, the weapon, which it's one of the best weapons in Zero's campaign. But theme of this stage, you know, pretty badass theme. The best theme of any stage in any Mega Man X game, personally. Really, I can jump off and die here.
Ready. Ready.
Because I'm not trying to do this stage twice. I'll just jump off and die here.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
Fill up all 4 of these motherfuckers. Alright. I don't want to flex, but I got 4. Well, I mean 2 sub tanks. But you know, it's usually 4 is the max. But in later games like this one, it's not. So I should stop flexing. I counted the numbers wrong.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
Dragoon's a harder boss fight in X's campaign, but you do him first. You know, if you're really good at the game, you know, I'm not, I'm light, so usually I do him with, you know, not his weakness, but I do him with the right armor and maybe 1 sub tank as X. That's how I do him, but I do fight him, you know, before I get the plasma shot, but I get some hard tanks. He's easier as X, but X is ranged and Dragoon's a close range fighter, so obviously, you know, X counters Dragoon. But, you know, Zero has a better base form damage, but X has better armor, so in a way Zero does almost make up for that against Dragoon. In a few ways he's kind of better used against him if you're just doing damage and you're really good and not gonna get hit. You want to be a glass cannon. But I found out you can do this on YouTube. You can turn the fire into ice. But it does make sense they used rock for this stage. Oh, I didn't know you could do even those. Literally moving like an Avatar character. I think Avatar's cringy, but I'm moving like a Naruto character with my elements.
Ready.
Now you can either use the double jump or the air dash to get the heart tank. As X, you have to use the air dash, but you really don't need the air dash to get this heart tank right here. You can get it on your first playthrough. Like you can like cheese it, but I prefer doing it like this way though. If I'm playing Zero, I prefer, you know, using the air dash as Zero to get it. Where I prefer cheesing as X. Even though, you know, usually I get the leg parts first as X, but just in case I don't, I prefer cheesing as X usually. It's like going to this stage first for the theme. It was, you know, you can use the right armor as X, which should make the fight easier, because X is ranged. But it does make sense he would hide into a volcano, according to Iris and Doubles. Oh, I can't air dash. This is the melee right armor. Be fitting for Dragoon, which I'll explain why later. I do like how it's burgundy and red, which is lava colors. Dragoon Zero, it's really you. Why do you betray us? Right when X asks Dragoon, why do you betray us? Dragoon says, I don't owe a rookie like you an explanation, even though technically by now X is currently rising up the ranks. He's not a rookie like he was in X1, but still, you know, Zero's more respected because he's rose up above the ranks way before X did. Excuse me, and X has a more passive nature than Zero. Excuse me for that second. Almost burp after I had a hiccup. Answer me, Dragoon. I have no answer for you. But he's way more defensive when he talks to X. But when you know, he does tell X why he did it. You know, I had it mixed up vice versa. I thought he does. The reason why I was thinking that he tells Zero, but he doesn't tell X, because he's more scared of Zero. But the reason why he doesn't tell Zero is he's more ashamed. He tells X why he did it, and if you play X's campaign, you'll find out why he crashed Skylagoon and betrayed the Maverick Hunters. Wow, this is way more easier at Zero. Well, while I'm using, you know, sub tanks and right armors, the right armor carried me. So one reason it's way easier at Zero because I'm fighting him later. If I fought X, you know, later, you know, I mean, if I fought Dragoon as X later, it would be easier. You know, if I defeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8 Mavericks as X, this would be way easier. But, you know, I just usually do them as X at the beginning. But yeah, but at first going into this, I thought he tells Zero and doesn't tell X, but he tells both of them right here. I wanted to defeat you, and he appeared. Who he told me he'd give me power if I worked for Reploid Force. It was Sigma. I couldn't refuse. He meant to say Mavericks, but what it is, he kind of lied and said Reploid Force. No, Sigma told him to work for the Mavericks and would give him power. But I had it mixed up both times. Basically, I got it right this time. It's been fudge. I haven't played this game in like about a year, a little over a year, almost 2 years. I haven't played this game in a while. I'm in over the year 2026, but basically the reason why you know, he tells X I don't owe you an explanation versus explaining you know, to Zero. He's less talkative to Zero and he's more talkative to X. He's explained some things more to X because he's more, he doesn't have to, hide his embarrassment from X, as X was lower ranking for a longer time than Zero was, and Zero is way more assertive, and X is more of a pacifist. But some things he explains to Zero more, but he's more scared. But basically, Dragoon is based off of, Akuma. In Akuma, Ryu, Ken, Goken, and Dan's Fine Style, which Dan's Fine Style is an offshoot of Goken, Akuma, Ryu, Ken, and Goken, and Akuma's master. But essentially to get into it, I mean, pause. Basically they use the Atsatsuki Fine Style, which means Assassination's Fist, and basically that fighting style, Mega Man X knows it, because he knows the Hadouken. But basically, the Fine Style allows you to use a technique. One of the Fine Style's techniques is Shoryuken, which is a technique X has in this game and in Mega Man X2. X gains in this game if he defeats Dragoon. The Shoryuken's a charged version of Dragoon's that weapon, even though it's not called the Shoryuken here if you play as X. But you get a Shoryuken with the sword, and the Shoryuken means Dragon Fist in Japanese and Chinese. Shor, or Sha. Because, the word for dragon in Chinese is Shin Long, but sure, SH just period just means dragon in Chinese, and Ken means fist, in Japanese. So basically, fist can be it can be like a synonym tongue twister for technique. So dragons shoot fire, specifically not Chinese dragons, but European ones. So the technique creates fire around your fist as you punch or use the technique, which is a punch. But the move comes in clutch a lot in this game. But basically, yeah, the Atsatsuken, there's two versions. There's the good version, Goken's master taught Goken or Akuma. Then there's the bad version, Akuma taught himself, which is why he killed his master, because his master expelled Akuma from their dojo. Basically, the Sasori no Hado, is the good version of Atsatsuken. The power of nothingness is the good version of Atsatsuken, basically. And basically what happens is that the Sasori no Hado, Goken taught it to Ryu, and he taught Ken the power of nothingness. But the problem is that they can't awaken the power because you have to use the Fire Style for a while. Ken can't awaken the power of nothingness, but he doesn't really train like that. He doesn't really like fighting. He's like a rich businessman. He only fights for self-defense. And Buzz, he wants to challenge Ryu, because Ryu's his friend. If Ryu, wasn't his friend, he wouldn't fight. Goken, taught Ken the power of nothingness, and Ken doesn't use it. And Ryu had to unlock it by expelling evil Ryu, which is his evil half created by the Sasori no Hado out of his body. And you would ask, why would Goken teach Ryu that and make Ryu have evil Ryu, which would temporarily transform into evil Ryu. you know, specifically transform Ryu into evil Ryu like an inner demon, like, you know, an anime, Kurama or some shit in Yu Yu Hakusho or Naruto. It's just he wanted Ryu to master the Sasei no Hado by expelling it from his body, creating Kage, which means shadow, because, you know, Kage is a shadow of Ryu, an evil Ryu, but sentient, or separate from his body, and use the power of nothingness to, you know, prevent, you know, another Sasei no Hado user from being created after Ryu defeats Akuma once and for all. But basically Akuma is an evil reflection of Ryu. Basically, you know, he's basically what Ryu would become if his, you know, wanting to test himself and fight was evil, where, you know, he wanted to just be the strongest. Basically, Akuma is like the evil version of Ryu, like evil Ryu and Kage, except he's a separate person. He's not the same person. Basically, Akuma could be compared to Perfect Cell, who's an evil version of Goku, in a way, mentally, not physically. You know, he's made up of multiple people, including Goku, where, you know, obviously, Goku Black could obviously be compared to, you know, evil Ryu, and Turles could be compared to Kage. You know, obviously Goku and Black and evil Ryu, the names are pretty self-explanatory, but Kage was, you know, Kage and Turles could be compared to each other. But Turles is named after a root vegetable like Goku's verb named Kakarot, but Kage, you know, his name's not the exact same as Goku, like Goku Black, and he's not a different person like evil Ryu. I mean, like Cell and Akuma. I didn't mean to say evil Ryu. But basically, you know, Akuma did hide himself in a volcano to train and get stronger. He literally burned himself. And basically what evil Ryu, Akuma, Kage, Perfect Cell, Turles, and Gold Black all have in common, they're evil versions of Goku and Ryu, and they both want to fight to be stronger, to just, you know, increase their pride and protect their self, where Goku and Ryu fight to become better people. But basically the reason why you would ask why would Dragoon, you know, destroy a whole city to get X and Zero fighting, well, because X definitely, but Zero also, in a lesser amount, they would use less of their power if they were in a sparring match. So he wanted to actually do something to make them fight for real, but, you know, attempting to kill them wouldn't work. They have to kill innocent people to release more adrenaline by them watching innocent people die and Dragoon trying to kill them. Okay, Peacock, literally this stage is set in cyberspace. That's why it looks so Y2K, which is a cool motif for a stage. But Cyber Peacock says, I'm impressed you made it this far, but you can't beat me. But he's called, in the Japanese version, he's called Cyber, something Jacker. I don't know what it is. I think it's something Jacker, but basically, the Japanese word for Peacock, has Jacker in it, and obviously, you know, Cyber Peacock's a hacker. You know, he jacks up internet. I don't know the Japanese name for Cyber Peacock, but it has Jacker or hacker in it. So in Japanese, it's called Cyber something Jacker. But it does make sense. His weakness would be, you know, Zero Sword Shoryuken, but if he's in cyberspace, you know, basically in cyberspace, you know, game characters exist within cyberspace. You need the internet to play video games, certain ones. So majority of video game characters are weak to the Shoryuken. But the thing about the Shoryuken, the reason it does more damage, opposed to X's Shoryuken, Zero's does, is it's a sword and a Shoryuken. But as most video game characters, you know, are weak to the Shoryuken, but they're not weak to more powerful versions of it. That's why Cyber Peacock's weak to it. Rico Ha. I like saying Rico Ha. Okay. But yeah, Slash Beast is, you know, a member of Reploid Force. Obviously that would make sense. He would be at the military training stage. I mean, he has an eye patch. That's literally some military shit, so it does make sense why he would work for a Reploid Force. But Dragoon basically was covering up for Sigma in the English dub, where it was an error. He meant to say, he betrayed the Maverick Hunters to work with the Mavericks, but basically he was covering up for Sigma. Basically as a final, fuck you to X and Zero. He did not snitch on Sigma. And Cyber Peacock said, when Zero and X asked him, who put you up to, hiding in cyberspace and, jacking and hacking our internet or whatever at our base? And Cyber Peacock said, guess who? It's basically Sigma. And most likely, it's implied due to the fact Split Mushroom stages at a laboratory that he rebuilt Sigma's body after X3. But at the end of X3 and in X2 and X1, Sigma does say he'll keep returning because, the computer virus, his, actual, true form is a computer virus. So, he can switch bodies, you can kill his processor, you can destroy his processor or whatever, but that really doesn't matter because he hides his processor, as it's being destroyed in a computer virus form. And what I do like, Sigma's followers don't just say, oh, Sigma put us up to this, they'll never rat out Sigma because they enjoy making X and Zero suffer. This stage does get you pumped for this stage, not as much as Slash B stage, Dragoon stage. I mean, not as much as Jet Stingray stage, and Dragoon stage. There's a heart tank somewhere in this stage. I gotta destroy the cars, that's what it is. I need to get a light armor. Does make sense you would destroy the blue bins. I knew you could do it somehow with the stronger weapon, but the stronger weapon was the right armor, not mine. What? Dude, where's the heart tank, man? I destroyed all of these bins, bro. I mean, not bins, but train cards, man. Is it this train car? Or was it a train car in front of the right armor though? Oh, it's right here. It's on top. It's not even inside a train car. Okay, well, I was the idiot. Helps with bats. I like how that sword you can get you up there. Well, Ken does also mean sword in Japanese, so you can call the Ken sure you can, huh? Okay, I'll stop. Okay. Beast, you dare to attack my unit, I'm gonna enjoy fighting you. Well, no shit. You're literally based off a line. It's like in Beast Wars when they said that Quick Strikes, you know, in Inferno's logic circuits were being overridden by their beast modes. Okay, well, I don't have a weakness for this guy. Good thing I have, you know, the upgraded Z-Saber and double jump. Okay, I can go through shit. Okay, basically I get invincibility frames when I use the screen nuke, the Red Koha, which shoots peacock feathers, which is pretty great. I believe it's Red Koha. A lot of these screen nukes at Zero have similar names though. Okay, I've collected enough weapon energy. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it's based on how much damage I do. Yeah, he's way easier as X. Even base X to a certain extent. I like how this train's in a desert. Feels real Wild West like. Well, Africa like too. There's a lot of deserts in Africa. And in the Middle East and shit. Oh, that's a down slash. That'll be useful when fighting Sigma to make Sigma's you know, Sigma's boss fight easier, but it's one of the versions, 3 versions of Sigma in this game is weak to Ground Hunter or Zero's weapon he just got from Slash Beast, which you get, wait, not Ground Hunter, you get, what do you get from Slash Beast? Oh, Twin Slicer, no. Sigma's not weak to that. He's weak to this weapon. I get a Zero from Slash Beast and Ground Hunter. Please wait. And I like how the music's saying, you know, it's hinting at Iris and Zero are finna have a bout eventually. I'm leaving. The music gets more like dangerous like. But I like the music when there's about to be a confrontation, you know, with Zero and Double hinting at Iris. I like how this stage, you know, the theme feels technical. And this stage actually tests all of X's weapons and all of his abilities. Same thing with Zero. You gotta use all of, if not most, their abilities to get past the stuff, you know, in this stage. So this stage is the ultimate test of every ability you've unlocked. But yeah, this stage feels sad, but it feels hectic and cool, like you're getting into something you don't want to. But, you know, obviously the weapon Zero gets from Walrus, unlike the weapon X gets from Walrus, you know, this weapon's a bad, you know, down slash with no invincibility frames, so it won't help despite the fact, you know, the weapons you get from Walrus as X and Zero are Colonel's weakness, but it does make sense it would be his weakness considering the fact he's fast and ice would slow him down. I don't want to fight Step Back, I'm sorry, I can't let you get through. Iris will be sad if she loses you. Don't be presumptuous. So he thinks he's gonna win, save until later.
I'll show you no mercy. Now get ready.
Oh, that's some arrogance, bro. Yeah, like it works. It's just I don't got any sub things. The theme. This is one of the best themes in the game. It's up there with Jet Stingray, Dragoon, Cyber Peacock. But he has lightning. It does make sense ice will work against him. Okay, a Zero had the double jump. I'll assume Webstar's weapon does not work well against him. Maybe he taught Webstar how to use lightning. Well, you know, characters can learn techniques, X can copy abilities, and Zero can too, through his V-Saber. This feels like an actual anime sword fight. Okay, I did do good with using that invincibility frame. Okay, the ice weapon does actually work, but he's mostly grounded. I thought it wasn't.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
Hey, does Recco Hot not work against him? Yeah, it does. The frames just aren't that good. Cause you can cheese a lot of bosses with Recco Hot. Colonel impresses Zero, but it's too late. What? Repway Force has left. Okay, oh shit, we are fucked. And Iris is a part of Repway Force, so hopefully she's not left. But, you know, there's cameras, and she, you know, as a navigator, she definitely knows about what happened to Colonel, which is kind of fucked up. Hunter HQ, they left for outer space. Scramble all Maverick Hunters. Okay, Zero has to scramble. Okay, I'm gonna have to die again in order to save, so what stage is easiest to die in? I mean, Dragoons, I guess. Let me make sure I got everything from this stage. I got the heart tank, got sub and heart, got heart tank, got sub tank and heart tank, got heart tank, you know, got heart tank, got heart tank. Okay, I got everything from all the stages that's necessary. Now, I just gotta die a few times, but sadly, you know, they didn't think all the way about how this probably should be programmed. Okay. But originally, you know, you can read about the development of this game, and even there's some hints to it. Originally, Colonel and Iris was originally meant to be one robot called Another Iris. Basically, Another Iris appears in Mega Man Dive, specifically Mega Man X Dive. Mega Man Dive is not a game, even though it's a Mega Man game named Dive. So I guess both names work, but it's a Mega Man X game, primarily as Mega Man X characters, even though other characters from the other Mega Man series appear. But basically another Iris. The idea is that they was building a replica called another Iris. Another Iris had Iris's emotions, but kernel strength. So the idea is it's basically, a woman's emotions, but with kernel strength. It also had kernel strategic mind too. So basically the idea for the Reploid, another Iris, it was a female Reploid, but it had a female's emotions, which would make them, compassionate, to stay on the side of good guys like Iris. At least what she thought was good. Even though, the problem where her programming failed is that she doesn't have kernel strategy. She's not strategic like a male. So, I forgot to say shit, but, basically her emotions made her want to fight Zero, where Kernel, basically, could have been reasoned with X.
Ready.
Except unlike Iris, Colonel's weakness is that, he has too much pride. There's a lot of guys do think based on pride. Colonel's very masculine, does not like being told what to do. So the idea for the robot was that, another Iris is basically just gonna be a female Reploid, has Iris's, feminine traits like wanting to be, told what to do by a stronger male like Zero or Colonel, submissive traits, emotions which makes her kind and able to follow orders, and it would have, the strength, the logic / strategicness, and pride of a Reploid like Colonel. They were basically twins because they were split in half. Another Iris could not be made. She was just too powerful, consumed too much energy, and was a failure. So they split the prototype into two. So it basically was a female Reploid with male strength and male and female personality traits. If you want to know, so it was a tomboy Reploid. But I'm gonna hop off now, because I saved. Have a good one in peace. But that's basically why Colonel and Iris are failures, and you have to take them out as Zero.